Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Diablo 3. And since last time I went and I cleared up the entire, well, not the entirety, but enough of the Desolate Sands so that I can find the two dungeons we're looking for and not have to wander around aimlessly. Also, while I was doing that, I managed to hit level 21, which means, one, I can equip some more gear and get myself a little more life, a little more damage, and in addition to that, I can also check out some new skills. First of all, the Follower. My Enchantress can now learn a couple of buffs, either protection from ranged or some protection from melee and a little bit of slow as well. It's really a crapshoot. This one doesn't have a timer on it, so I assume this one lasts longer. So I'll just go
I
with that one.
practiced so long for that.
No, you didn't. You just leveled up. You haven't even killed anything yet. Shut up. Anyway, at this point we now have access to some new skills, so let's go to work here and just change some of our skills up. Now, oops, that's not what I want. Ray of Frost we've been using for a while. It's something that's slightly better than our normal attack to take out single enemies. Using Snow Blast would be beneficial because it allows you to increase damage over time while channeling the spell. However, we also have access to Disintegrate, which does not as much damage, but it starts off doing more damage, and it also allows you to hit more enemies at once, so I like that one quite a bit. And probably should have coughed before I started the episode. Anyway, so the reason I kept Magic Missile on, not because I planned on using it very much, just because I had nothing better to put there. One good option is Slow Time. That'll create a little bubble to slow projectiles down and movement speed of attackers. That's quite useful, but not particularly right now because, you know, I'm so overpowered at this point. Arcane Orb is another good one that does a reasonable amount of damage, though I wish the AoE distance was a little more. I'm not a big fan of Arcane Torrent. It seems to be too random or just doesn't seem to hit enemies as much as I'd like it to, so I'm not a big fan of that. We also have some of these spells which we could make use of, such as Hydra. Hydra I think I'm going to throw on there. I don't think I've ever used Hydra, but I want to throw it on there just because, why not? Shock Balls, we're going to use Explosive Bolts throughout this entire Let's Play, so just going to leave that one alone. Diamond Skin. Now, I've been using this one to increase the amount of damage I can absorb, even though I haven't been using the skill that much. But this one allows it to last a little longer. Or, wait, no, that's not what this one does. I'm thinking of a different one. I am thinking of... that's one, yeah. No, this one is not particularly useful. I was thinking of upgrading, but I probably won't. It reduces arcane power of spells, which can be useful depending on your build, and with what I'm doing right now, it's not particularly beneficial. As far as armor goes, we have access to another armor type, one we did for a little while now, and that being Storm Armor, which is pretty much like the Thunderstorm skill from the previous Diablo game. Basically, Ice Armor reduces melee damage, and Storm Armor deals damage while not really protecting you all that much. I prefer the protection, especially if you're going to be up front using the skill that I'm using, and now that we have this here, we can reduce movement speed of the enemies that hit us, so it's even better. And for our fourth and final skill, we could use some more offense if we really wanted to. However, there is one piece that I really like using. It lasts for a whole 5 minutes, and it's not a lot of damage, but it gives you enough damage, so that's beneficial. And I'm just going to keep these two on there for now. I have nothing really all that much better to use. Not until I get, you know, some other spells, or some other passives. There are some very useful ones around here, such as Critical Mass, which can be used to make quite an interesting build at high levels, but of course not at this level. Anyway, that's pretty much all I think we needed to do for now, so let's head to the Desolate Sands. Now, I told you I was going to go and run through, and I did, and I managed to find both of the dungeons relatively shortly, so let's go for the bottom one first. I did approach too close, which made Zoltun Kulle appear and say that some of his blood was in the dungeon, and so you missed that line of dialogue. It's not particularly interesting. It's all he really says. So anyway, this is the Vault of the Assassin. Now there is Hydra, and now we can kind of take care of enemies that are around behind me there, and I don't even have to worry about them. Somewhat. Now, again, this is like any of the other ones we've seen before. Anytime there'll be a bunch of areas where we have four-way splits.
I am unstoppable.
And at those points, it's a crapshoot. You know, pick one. Normally the one that goes the farthest is the right way, and the other three don't go very far at all. So, it's, I guess, something you can keep in mind. Let's just slaughter some of these guys. Including that guy, even though he didn't want to die at first. And let's see, did I go the right way? Well, there's more enemies to kill over here. Kill more enemies. Kill more champion packs. Hey, 2 items. Cool. Now, I don't have all my gear set up already. I'll find some stuff along the way that will be more interesting than what I have on. Not for every piece, but I don't think I have anything too interesting set up for an offhand weapon for my wizard. I just never happen to keep anything around for her.
Didn't see that
or
coming,
him, as the case might be, if I had chosen to make a male character. You can take care of the stragglers, Mr. Hydra. Yeah, this is probably the wrong way. It's not often that it's at the bottom there, so it's usually a dead end. And this is probably going to mean that the only way I can continue on is, yes, to the left here, which is going to take me to another, could go up or down. I'm going to try down first, see if I can get lucky. Ooh, free item. Yay. Slaughter them. Slaughter them all. Those guys in particular, when they spin around in circles, they can reflect your projectiles back at them, or back at you, and that's... I thought I picked that up. And that is obviously not a good idea. It's also really hard to hit them when they're in spinning mode, so that's something to be aware of. It is specifically bad if you're trying to use the Barbarian's Whirlwind skill, because it doesn't seem to hit them at all when you happen to, you know, when they're spinning around themselves. I believe their skill where they're spinning around is their own kind of version of Whirlwind, so. Now, champion pack down here, and nothing else useful. Take care of the stragglers so I don't have to. It's basically the reason why I decided to use the Hydra for this place. This dungeon itself, the Vault of the Assassin, is quite well known for being a good area to farm a lot of...
we found Kulle's archives.
Shut up. You can take him out.
Finally.
Is well known for being able to spawn a lot of champion packs, so you may want to come in here, kill a whole bunch of them, and then, you know, leave the game, come back again, and I'll forgot to get that.
Andariel was the only female evil. She aided the lesser evils for many years, but eventually she lost faith in their plots. 2 decades ago, she chose to help Diablo during his resurgence and seize the citadel of the Sightless Eye. Ultimately, she perished at the hands of brave heroes.
Yeah, another reference to the previous game. The best way to do it is to select your quest. When you select your quest, you select... Apparently I'm in a coughing fit today. Let's try that again. Select the Blood and Sand here, and what you need to do is you need to find this dungeon. You find this dungeon, you go in here, you know, just at the start, you know, you don't have to go very far. So where did we start? Right here. So you'd go in there, and then you'd hit escape and leave game, and it'll bring up the timer. And, you know, obviously I don't want to leave, but, you know, what you'll do is that, load into the game again, select resume game like you would normally, and from there, every time you pop into the game, there will be a town portal waiting for you in town that will lead into the start of the area, and you can go and kill all of the enemies all over again. So as long as you don't hit another checkpoint, such as going, say, to the other one of these, or going up here where we're supposed to head after, you'll be able to warp back in there every time. And you won't have to run and find it all on your own, which is kind of annoying. I'm not going to get that, I already got one of them. But yeah, so that's an option if you feel the need to do that. I've leveled up again. I'll put that on later. I have to go back to town and unsocket my other rings, so I'll do it later. Traveler's pouch. Containing more interesting crap that I'm not going to go into. Here's the other one.
Some of my blood is within that cave. I can feel it.
Yeah.
The pall of silence lays heavily here.
I believe.
And some more extra background information that you may or may not be interested in should you decide to play the game yourself. Let's see if we can find our way through here relatively quickly. This area is not too confusing. Most of the areas that are side paths, they loop in on each other. I meant to click on the chest, not on the random enemy, so oops.
I am so good. I astound myself.
Do you now? My wizard is getting cocky. Someone needs to put her in her place. Maybe I should strip off all her gear and go fight the next boss without it. And, you know, very similar to a lot of hack and slash RPG, whatever genre this is supposed to be, you know, it is very gear dependent, this game. If you don't have any gear on, it doesn't really matter what level you are. You're not going to do very much damage at all, and you're going to take a lot of damage. Oh, got to level 2 very quickly. That's nice.
Deepen. We must be getting close.
Must we now? I didn't expect the end of this area to be on the first level, when there's obviously a second level. Well, I guess it's not obvious that there's a second level, but there is a second level. Oh, more elite magic special guys to slaughter. Yay! And these guys shoot out from the wall. These guys are particularly annoying here. You can only summon one Hydra at a time, by the way. But yeah, there are these poison dudes on the wall right here. They just shoot poison at you. Nothing too much to deal with.
You dare attack me?
The big spiders can slow you with their webs, as you can see there. Other than that, there's not too much as far as interesting enemies
Look,
down here.
Just over there. I never imagined such a creature.
Yeah, you're not very challenging, are you? Oh well. The little spiders really are quite weak. They take a lot of damage and they don't have a lot of life, so you should be able to take them out quite quickly. Now, I believe I've taken the right path here. It's hard to describe what the right path is going to be in this area, and I went the wrong way. Oh well. Can I go down? I cannot go down, so then the other path is probably right there. A lot of the time, if there's an option, take the bottom path. At least that's what I've come to do most of the time when I'm trying to head through this particular area, and it seems to work for me. It may not be 100% correct, but it gets me through these dungeons relatively quickly, so there's an option. This time I was wrong again. This is going to loop back around. So I should have taken the top path, which of course... Oh no, look at that, it's right here. Huh. I don't think I've seen this incarnation of the dungeon yet. Go figure. And we've got some more journal. Those guys will always appear at the end of this area, so once you do that, go warp back, and the area we want to go to next will always...
My archives are at the northern tip of the desolate sands. There we will find my body and the Black Soul Stone.
don't get hit by the poison bees. Okay, yeah, like he was saying, it's always in the north tip and it's always in the northwest tip. So if we keep heading up, it's always, always, always up here. I've never seen it not be up here, so. And as you can see, this spot is already illuminated. So that is again where we're supposed to go.
Here is the entrance to my archives.
A battle axe.
Let me activate the portal.
Okay, you do that. Let's head in here.
I had to build all of this for my research and my experiments. The Black Soul Stone was a complicated creation. I sacrificed much to make it.
Yeah, I stopped because there's another line of dialogue that's going to trigger up here.
Looks like I got here just in time. Emperor Hakan? What are you doing here?
Good, everyone's together. I came to tell you that I have found Bilal, and I'm ready to lead you to him.
Then, once we have the Black Soul Stone, we can rid ourselves of the Lord of Lies forever.
All well and good. But first, I will be made whole.
We're ready to do our part. Just you remember yours.
And
There, statues of Kulle's guardians. I think they are
Beyond these portals lie two relics that were once powered by my blood. Take the vials you recovered and use them to activate the relics.
I will stay here and prepare the ritual. Be careful.
again, more dialogue. There are two portals, as you can see, one here, and one of them is the unknown depth. These areas are
Angels
mazes.
are no better than demons. Did you know that they once voted on whether or not to eliminate all of mankind? Only one vote saved us from extinction.
That sounds like something Tyrael would have done.
Yes, whatever else he may be, he is the aspect of justice, and there is no justice in murder.
There's an interesting little bit of dialogue there from Kulle, and this part of the story is covered in the Diablo Sin War trilogy of books by Richard Knack, as I've mentioned before. These things here will spawn enemies constantly unless you take them out, so take them out. Unless you feel like grinding, I guess. Though there's probably better ways than that. Never really used that myself, so. And hitting a lot of the chests in these areas will spawn elemental guys like this. Some of them are poison, and they do a bit of damage. Some of them are fire. Some of them are cold, and I believe the other ones are lightning.
You dare attack me!
And there are a lot of dead ends in this area.
This is going poorly. Do you see that enemy over there? Let us collect
Let's
it from this land.
slaughter some of these guys, get some
ascended.
gold. You have ascended. You're an ascended Saiyan now? Really?
I am stronger still.
Oh wait, no, I'm talking about a different game. Or show. There was no movie. I don't care what you say, there is no movie. Another one of those guys will spawn. You can't target them right away until they summon their first set of guys, so that's something to be aware of. Unfortunately, it's hard to explain how to know where to go through this area. Kill some of those guys. That's the wrong way too. It's usually not a straight shot. As you notice coming through here, sometimes there'll be a straight shot here. Usually if that's the case, it doesn't mean you continue to go up that way. There's usually a path that you need to break off on partway through. And this is not it. I don't know why I went down there. Either way. Let's see if we can... Maybe it's down this way. Yes, it is. It looks like it'll be down this way. It's hard to say for sure. These gates appear everywhere, and oddly enough, they block projectiles. See? Blocks my projectile, because normally I would be able to shoot more. Which is kind of interesting, I guess. I don't know what exactly they're made out of. That's my disintegration ray, by the way. It uses arcane power, just like the frost ray from before. As soon as you see
I am unstoppable.
And this is not universally true, but usually if you find another straight path like I'm on here,
These gates are treacherous.
you found the
Keep
right
us
way.
out, but they also keep Cool's wards inside.
So yeah, if you find a path like this, usually take it, because it usually leads
I could
to...
have helped all men become Nephilim and ushered in a golden age. But my Herodic brothers could not accept man's true destiny.
Anyway, let's open the shadow lock, and then there's 4 options here. And usually, well, not usually, one of them will always lead to the exit, and the other ones will lead to enemies or nothing at all.
We will seal
Another
the
book, which we don't need. Usually on one of these little pedestal areas, there will be either a champion pack or one of those guys. Sometimes down here there's the portal. Very rarely. I think I've seen it once in all the time I've played. That's why I go and check there, even though most likely as soon as you go up there, it'll be right in front of you. And we've got through that one. Let's go and head into the other one. Hopefully I'll be able to finish this one off today. And... oh wow, there's a lot of enemies here. This is another good area to level grind if you feel the need to do that. You can definitely spend some good time level grinding around here. Hey! Nice. Yeah, see? These ones are the lightning infused ones. They just throw lightning bolts at you. And we've seen plenty of the poison ones so far. The cold ones are probably the most annoying, especially later on, because they slow you down. They don't do a lot of damage, but they definitely do slow you,
I'm
which
just
is annoying.
warming up.
And I'm almost positive that's the wrong way, so I'm going to take the upper path. That's my best guess if we're supposed to go. But as we've seen before, I could be wrong. This is a straight shot, though I doubt this leads directly to the end. Yeah, those things summon 3 little small enemies to deal with.
How does that feel?
So take them out in good time, and then you won't have to deal with them. And they're...
Can't carry more.
I cannot carry more, which means it's time to go back to town. Oops, my bag is full, so let's kill some enemies so that they don't interrupt me, and I'll go to town. And I'll just get rid of this stuff off screen. Okay, here we are. We're back. Now, I've also made a few changes to my gear since I've hit level 23, and I'll be going over that next time because I think I only have enough time to... as soon as you go down the stairs and see one of these... oh, somebody came online. It's always the wrong way. It just leads to one single room that's never the right way. So... never bother to go down there. And let's see if we can find ourselves through
If
here.
only they could see me now.
I don't have time to go over the new equipment because in doing so I also want to go through the how to use the jeweler.
Serve me.
Oh, I'm being spoken to. I'll ignore him for now. He's laughing at me, oh
If
boy.
only they could see me now.
Okay, so this is the right way, yes.
We all agree that the end times are upon us.
try as we might.
Considering
That Belial and Asmodan could have engineered
how much I've
these
bitched about this game,
events.
he's not
Who
entirely
else?
correct.
They are the
but
last of all the lords of hell.
anyway, we've unlocked that one. That's the wrong way. Let's see if we can find the exit, because that's all the time I got for this one. I gotta talk to him before he runs away and gets mad at me or something. Anyway, yeah, that's all the time I have for this episode. Next time, we're going to go through the final area, which is revealed
Here, waiting to be opened.
to the realm of shadow. So yeah, that's all for this episode, and I'll see you guys next time.